Welcome, I'm Gabby Coletta. Thanks for joining me out here in Saguaro National Park. Today's practice is all about heart opening, embracing our totality. Yoga comes from the root to use or to yoke, which really implies completion and integration. And so it's not so much a practice of elevating the parts we love and then getting rid of what we don't. It's about making space for all parts, parts that we might reject, parts that we might not like to be acquainted with or intimate with. When we start to make space for those parts and let them be seen, that's where the real healing and integration of yoga comes. So we'll work through heart openers. Today's practice, you might want bricks to support you. We'll start in Supta Baddha Konasana on our backs, and option to use the bricks underneath each knee or maybe pillows if you're at home to support you. So reclined butterfly, coming to rest on your back. If you have any low back pain, you might plant the soles of the feet onto the earth, knees bent, or knock the knees in, feet wide, your choice. Once you come to your back, option to take one hand to heart, one hand to belly. And wherever you are, just take a big arrival breath. Inhale fully, letting the breath expand, the belly, the heart fill up. And a complete exhale to empty, to let the back body soften into the earth, the ground hold you. And take 2 more arrival breaths like that as you inhale, letting the belly expand into the hand, the heart lift, the lungs fill up. And the empty completely, the exhale releasing. Once more, big inhale, welcoming breath in, just stretching the breath in the body. And letting it go. Start to invite Dirga breath, this 3-part breath as you inhale through the nose, fill the belly. Let the ribs expand, and then the lungs fill full. Empty from the lungs first, the ribs soften in, the belly softens empty. Continue 5 more rounds on your own, letting the belly expand, filling with fresh prana. The ribs expand, the lungs fill up without force. Then exhaling, lungs empty out. Ribs soften, belly softens. 4 more rounds of Dirga breath, this nourishing breath. Just sending a sign to our nervous system that we are safe, that it can move into a place of rest and integration. This is a really powerful breath if you're feeling anxious or overwhelmed, stressed. Just allowing the body to soften. And 2 more rounds on your own. Filling up. And releasing empty. When you've completed your last round, go ahead and take your hands outside your knees, close your knees together like you're closing a book. If you have bricks or props, just move them to the side. Take your feet as wide as the mat. Reach your arms long overhead like you're stretching. Take an inhale here. As you exhale, drop your knees to the left and reach your arms over to the right. Inhale through center, draw the navel to spine and switch sides. Knees drop to right, arms reach to left. We'll do this a few times, windshield wipering the knees side to side, getting a gentle twist in the spine, almost like you're reawakening the body or wiggling in bed. And just start to move breath and body together, stretching the side body, rinsing the spine, once more each side. Last side. And come back to center. Walk the feet towards each other so they're hips width apart. Bring the heels close to the sit bones. Arms long on either side, flowing bridge. Next inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips, lift the arms up overhead till the tops of hands touch the earth. Exhale, release the sit bones down, sweep the arms down, palms to ground. 2 more times, press into the feet, the inseam of the feet as you lift the hips, sweep the arms overhead, lengthen your tailbone forward. Exhale, release the hips down, sweep the arms down on either side. 1 more flowing bridge, press into the feet, lift the hips, lift the heart, even draw the chin away from chest. And release, sit bones to earth, arms sweep down to the side. Gather your knees up towards your heart, hug yourself into a little yogi ball, and start to rock forward and back along the length of your spine, a couple times here. And eventually you'll make your way into table pose. You can also rock to one side and press yourself up. Once you arrive in table pose, really spread the hands, anchor the shins to the earth. On your next inhale, draw the heart forward, lift the chin and the gaze. Exhale, press the earth away, round the back, drop the head heavy. And start to find this movement here. The inhale draws the heart open, collarbones broad. The exhale rounds the back, pulling shoulder blades away from each other. Start to invite Ujjayi breath here, victorious breath, this subtle inhale through the nose with a little constriction in the back of the throat. And exhaling through the nose, keeping that oceanic murmur. So it almost sounds like you're hearing the sound of a seashell or the ocean. You can stay with cow and cat here, starting to open up the spine, create space between each vertebrae, or invite any organic movement, just feeling into your body, trusting its intuition, seeing where it wants to wiggle, noticing the parts of the body that feel tight, and the parts that feel open and spacious. Just really expanding your awareness to encompass all of it. And as you notice these parts of your practice, whether they're physical parts of the body or mental narratives that pop in or emotions that rise and fall, can we notice these parts without judgment? Treating them with curiosity and acceptance. 1 more breath in your cat and cow or organic movement. And come to your neutral table. Send your right arm to the sky. Take a big inhale across the chest. Exhale, thread right arm under left. Rest the right shoulder, the right cheek. Press your left fingers into the earth to spiral a deeper twist in the spine. You can stay here or walk the left fingers forward for a long line of energy in the left side body. Lean into your grounded shoulder to help spiral your twist. Option to find a leg variation here, perhaps extending left leg back, tucking toes on earth, or playing with balance, lifting up. Take 1 more breath wherever you're choosing to be. When you're ready, release left knee to meet the right. Left hand frames the face, press into the earth, reach right arm to sky and open. Release the right hand down, other side will journey. Inhale, open up across the wingspan, left arm reaches to sky. Thread left arm under right. Rest the left shoulder, the left cheek. Thigh bones are straight up and down in this twist. And you choose your arm variation, leg variation. Just honoring what your practice needs today. You can press your hand into the earth to help spiral the spine into a deeper twist. Maybe send a stretch into the back of your right leg. Or play with balance, floating it up. 1 more breath wherever you choose to be. Right knee meets the left, right hand frames the face, press into the earth, unravel left arm to sky, and release. Tuck your toes, walk your hips towards your heels, rise the torso into yogi toe stand. Make sure even the pinky toe is getting some love on the earth here, just opening our connection to the ground. Once you arrive here, take your hands, interlace the hands, bring the elbows together, start figure eights with the wrists, giving our wrists some love, warming them up. See if you can do the figure eights the other direction. And then bring the palms together, open up into Lotus Mudra. Take a moment here, just honoring, accepting whatever comes in your practice. See if you can make space for that. Lotus wrist circles, back of the hands, heels of the hands touch as you circle the wrists. And take the circles the other way. Go ahead and release your hands to the earth, untuck the toes, and give the toes a little love tap on the ground. Just getting some circulation. And then when you're ready, tuck the toes, lift the hips up and back. Adho Mukha Svanasana, first down dog of practice. Take a moment to greet your body with any movement that feels good for you, maybe pedaling the feet or swiveling the heels side to side. About 3 breaths here, still finding Ujjayi breath, lengthening the inhales, matching the exhales. Really spread your hands, anchor into the L of the hands, press them down and forward so your heart melts towards the back of the mat. Take a really deep bend in the knees, stick your booty up high in the air so the spine gets really long. Biceps spin towards the ears up to the sky, spine is lengthening. Keep that length as you slowly straighten your legs. Soften in the backs of the knees, take an inhale to expand the ribs in all directions, and a complete exhale. On your next inhale, ripple forward into plank or modified plank with your knees to the earth. Draw the navel in, collarbones broad, hips up and back, down dog. 2 more times, pulsing through these movements. Inhale, ripple forward to plank or modified, long line of energy, collarbones broad, spread the hands, send the hips up and back, down dog. Once more, inhale, ripple forward to plank, modified. This time we hold for 3. Create some space behind the heart for 2. Lengthen your tailbone towards the back of the mat for 1. Hips up and back, down dog. Ripple forward into your plank, lower knees, chest, chin to the earth, and slide onto the belly. Untuck the toes, take the arms long behind you, forehead to earth. Half locust. On your inhale, lift the chest, lift the arms. Keep pressing the tops of the feet into the earth. Keep the back of the neck long, heart lifting a little higher. 1 more breath. And release, left cheek to earth. Big inhale. Complete exhale. And come back to center. Same thing. Inhale, lift the heart, lift the chest. Breathe. And release, opposite cheek down. This time, option to take a bind, clasping the hands behind you. On your next breath, lift the heart, press the knuckles back, or lift the arms, lift the heart, breathe. And release. Take the hands underneath the shoulders, press yourself through all 4s, rounding the back through cat into child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch, arms long in front of you. Option to find a little tricep stretch, bending at the elbows, taking prayer behind the head or resting hands on the neck and just inching the elbows forward. Take a big spacious breath into the back body, let the skin on the back stretch, a full exhale. And know that at any point in practice you can return here to honor the parts of yourself that might need rest or a reset. Reach the arms long in front of you, enliven the arms, rise to table. Tuck the toes, hips up and back, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Shift your gaze to the front of the mat and walk mindfully footprint by footprint on the earth all the way to the top of your mat, Uttanasana, forward fold. Feet are hips width apart, take a generous bend in the knees, really drape the torso over the thighs, head heavy. Feel free to give the head a little shake, kind of clearing out any mental clutter, lengthening the neck. Then you can ragdoll the arms, grabbing opposite elbows. If you know you want more heart opener already, clasp the hands behind the back and let the knuckles fall forward. About 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Release the hands heavy to the earth. Feet are about hips width, so 2 fists could fit between the feet. On your next inhale, find a half lift. Hands can come to shins, thighs, or stay on the top of the mat. Exhale to fold, fingers in line with toes, forehead towards shins. 2 more times. Inhale, half lift. Pull the shoulders down the back. Exhale to fold. Press the hands down and forward to deepen into the stretch. Once more, inhale, half lift, long spine. Draw the navel in, even the low ribs. And release. Find a soft bend in the knees. Press into the four corners of the feet. Start to unravel your spine to standing. Stacking vertebrae by vertebrae. And just practicing presence in the whole process. Once you arrive, we'll do a modified half sun salutation. Bring your big toes to touch, your heels slightly apart. On your inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Interlace the hands, pointer finger extends, thumbs cross in Kali Mudra. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, crescent over to the right side, stretch here. Inhale, back to center, crescent over to the left. Inhale, back to center, cactus the arms, lift the heart, lengthen your tailbone down as you do. Reach the arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold forward, hinge at the hips all the way down, Uttanasana. Find your half lift as you toe heel the feet hips width apart. Plant your left hand down in front of the face or on a brick, right arm to sky for a twist. Take a deep bend in your left knee as you straighten the right leg. We'll be here 2 more breaths. Draw the shoulders down the back. Really press into the sole of your right foot as you kind of rinse out the spine here. Release the top hand down, other side. Deep bend into the right knee as you straighten left leg, reach left arm to sky. Can you draw the top shoulder back a little bit more? Soften the shoulders down the back, take 1 more breath, and release. Find your half lift, long spine. Exhale to fold. And reverse swan dive, reach the arms out to the side, up overhead, palms meet at the very top. Hands come to heart center, Samastitihi. We'll do that same thing again, toe heel your feet together. Inhale, reach to the sky, Kali Mudra, interlace the hands. Press through the inseam as you lengthen, and then crescent up and over to the right side, stretch, spiral your heart towards the sky. Come back to center, grow tall. Take it up and over to the other side. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, cactus the arms, lift the heart, pinch the shoulder blade tips together. Bring the arms back to the sky, palms face each other, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold all the way down. Inhale, half lift as you toe heel your feet apart. Plant your left hand down, reach right arm to sky. Find your twist, 2 breaths here. Check in with your knees, make sure they're facing forward, and then twist a little deeper from the navel, the ribs, the heart. 1 more inhale. Exhale, releases top hand down. Other side, left arm sweeps up, find this wingspan across the chest. Soften the shoulders down the back. 1 more breath. And release the top arm down. Find your half lift, long spine. Exhale, pour your heart towards your shins a little deeper, fold. Reverse swan dive, press to the feet, reach all the way out to the side, up overhead, palms touch. Hands come to heart center. Pause here for a moment. Allow yourself to slow down. Lift the heart into the thumbs, release the hands down. Sink the hips down, graze the fingertips on the earth, and then reach the arms up for Utkatasana, fierce pose. Take a big inhale here. As you exhale, fly your arms back, rise onto your tippy toes for drinking bird, just playing with your balance, focusing your drishti, your gaze for 3, 2, and 1. Fold forward. Find your half lift. Plant your hands, step back to either down dog and hold, or you can rinse through your vinyasa. You can move through plank to chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Low cobra to up dog. Down dog is where we meet. Take a big inhale. Exhale the breath out completely. Inhale, reach your right leg high to the sky, 3-legged dog. Exhale, open up the hip. You can bend and extend the leg, find some hip circles, just exploring mobility, movement, noticing how your hip feels today. Reach your right leg long and back. Exhale to step it between the hands. Spiral your back heel down, warrior one. Reach your arms forward and up. Pause here. You might widen your stance a little bit, just working towards squaring the hips towards the front. Lengthen your tailbone down. Inhale here. Exhale, release the hands behind the back. Clasp the hands and press the knuckles down as you lift the heart. If this feels uncomfortable, you can also place the hands just on the sacrum and lift the heart. Option to find humble warrior from here, bowing to the inside of your front leg as you pull your right hip back. Let the crown of the head descend towards the earth. The knuckles fall towards the front. Inhale to rise back up, releasing the clasp. Sweep your arms up to the sky. Mindful transition 180 degrees into warrior two, bending into your back leg, left leg. As you arrive, pause here. Left heel is in line with the back, the right heel or the arch. Flip your palms up, letting the heart open, the shoulders soften. On your next breath, straighten your left leg, reach the palms to touch, and pulse back down into your warrior two. Soft gaze over the left fingers. 2 more times. Inhale, gather up your presence, and release deeper into warrior two. Again, inhale, reach up, and lower. And once more, inhale, reach up, and soften into warrior two. Pause here. Can you press your knee towards the pinky toe edge? Take a big breath across this wingspan, and then on your exhale, release the left forearm to the inner thigh. Sweep your right arm down and towards the back of the mat. Roll your top shoulder back, opening into Parsvakonasana. You can stay here, or your arm can reach towards the sky. Palm faces the long edge. Keep leaning your right shoulder back. If you're reaching towards technically the back of your mat, top pinky finger spirals down. Breathe here. 1 more breath wherever you are. And then everybody release both hands down towards the long edge of the mat. Pivot your right toes out, Skandasana, all the way into the front leg. Option to take a twist here, ground your right hand down, press the tricep into the leg, reach the left arm up. And we'll wash it out in the hips side to side. Option to keep the twist or keep the hands on the earth. Left hand grounds, tricep presses into leg, reach right arm up. And go a couple more times. If you have a tendency to hyperextend or you have mobile knees, keep a little micro bend in your knee. And just move slowly, rinsing out the hips. When you're even on both sides, walk your hands along the long edge of the mat to face the front. Drop your left knee, back knee down, untuck the back toes, Anjaneyasana. Sweep the arms forward and up. Stay for your exhale. Relax the shoulders down the back. Start to traction your front foot towards your back knee as you telescope the ribs away from the hips and lift the heart. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, lengthen a little more. Exhale, twist to your right. Hook the left elbow around the right knee. Press the elbow into the knee. Start to lean your top shoulder back. You can stay here. You can also drop your left hand down to the earth or a brick, reaching your right arm up. Find the variation that works for you. When we deepen into the twists, we enable our heart opening. So take a big breath here. And slowly come back to center. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Tuck the back toes. Send the front leg long and back. 3-legged dog. Option to float it through your vinyasa. Skip the vinyasa. Take what you need. Down dog is where we meet before we journey on our other side. Take a big breath and a complete exhale. When you're ready, left leg rises, 3-legged dog. Open up the hips, stack left hip on top of right, and find some movement, some mobility here, but keep the integrity in the arms. Spread the hands, press into the L of the hands. 1 more breath here, exploring movement. Noticing what you feel and what you don't feel. Send the left leg long and back, square the hips. And then guide the foot between the hands slowly. Spiral the back heel down, warrior one, Virabhadrasana one. Again, if it helps to widen the stance, please do. Pull the left hip back, square your right hip forward. Keep gluing the knife edge of your back foot down as you reach the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, take the hands behind the back, perhaps non-habitual clasp this time. Press the knuckles back, lift the heart, tone the low belly in. Humble warrior if you want, bowing forward to the inside of your left leg. Let the crown of the head descend down, the knuckles fall towards the front. Keep pulling the outer left hip back. Inhale, release the clasp, reach the arms forward and up. Warrior one. Warrior two, 180 degrees all the way around to bend into your right leg. So you're finding warrior two with your right leg bent towards your back of the mat. Flip the palms up. Take a moment to find your foundation, your stability in the legs strong. Press your right knee towards the pinky toe edge. Pulses, here we go. On your next breath, straighten your front leg, your right leg, reach palms to touch and sink back down. Twice more. Press into the ball mount of your right foot, reach the arms up and release. Once more, inhale, reach up and release. Pause, take a moment as you soften the shoulders down the back. Keep pressing the four corners of the feet into the earth and release right forearm to inner thigh. Left arm sweeps either forward or straight up. Spin the top shoulder back. Keep scooping your right hip down and towards the long edge of the mat. Take another big breath, side body opening here. Exhale, both hands to the earth, Skandasana. Again, left toes point out. You can take it side to side. And take the variation that calls you so you can keep hands on the earth for more earth element support. You can find these open arm twists, maybe even taking it into a bind. You can take hands to prayer or fly them. Find what calls your body. And a couple breaths here. And once you feel even on both sides, go ahead and walk your hands towards the front of the mat. Drop your right knee down, untuck the back toes, Anjaneyasana towards the front, lift the heart. Relax the shoulders. Scissor the inner thighs together, lift the heart a little more, maybe a slight back bend here. Hands to heart. Inhale, spine lengthens first, lift out of the hips a little. Exhale, twist to your left. Hook the right elbow around the knee. Press the elbow into the knee, roll the heart to the sky. Again, you can drop your right hand down on the earth, maybe a brick, if this feels better in your body. Just making sure the shoulder isn't choking up to the ear. One more breath, wringing out the spine. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Tuck the back toes, three-legged dog, left leg rises. Rinse through a vinyasa or skip it, holding down dog. Eventually we'll meet in one of three poses of your choice. Child's pose, down dog, or dolphin. Choose what will be a resting pose for you. Choose what will honor your practice and take 3 breaths in this pose. From whatever pose you've chosen to rest, make your way into down dog. Spread the hands, sit bones high to the sky. Right leg rises, three-legged dog. Maybe one breath to open up the hip. Square the hips off and then step it through high lunge. All 10 toes face forward, arms sweep to the sky. Stay for your exhale as you settle in. Soften the shoulders, squeeze the inner thighs together. Take another inhale here, lengthen the torso. Exhale, pour your heart forward, fly your arms back. Pause here with your arms in airplane wings. Start to ground into your right foot. Anchor your gaze on one spot. And then lift the back foot up. Warrior 3. Welcome to use bricks underneath the hands for some extra support. You can bring the hands to heart center. long in front of you, but square your hips to the earth. Either point or flex your back foot. Take one more breath wherever you're choosing to be, and then slowly stand up one-legged Tadasana. Left knee comes in towards the chest. Pause here. Find this 90-degree bend in your left knee. Right hand to the outside of the left knee, left arm sweeps back, finding your twist. And gaze can be at the earth for support, or you can soften the gaze over the left thumb. Slowly come back to center. Dancer pose. Draw your left hand out to the side. Grab onto the inseam of your left foot and scissor your inner thighs together. Lengthen your tailbone down, lift your heart, reach right arm up. And then exhale, kick left hand into foot, lift the heart. Breathe here, squaring hips and shoulders to the front for 3, for 2, and 1. Slowly come on out. Draw the left knee in and release. Pause here, take a full breath into Tadasana and a full exhale. Sink the hips down, graze the fingertips on the earth, reach the arms up, Utkatasana. Fly the arms back, rise onto the tippy toes, challenge your balance for 3, for 2, and 1. Reach the arms forward, sink the heels down, Utkatasana. Exhale, fold all the way down. Rise onto your tippy toes and then sink your hips towards your heels all the way down. Lift the torso up into yogi toe stand. Hands to heart, knees drawing forward. You can always use the bricks on either side for support. Inhale here. As you exhale, twist to your right, either hooking the elbow, pressing elbow into knee, or left hand to the outside of the knee. Right hand can come to the brick, a sacrum, or reach back. Come back to center. Other side, twist to your left, either hooking the elbow, wringing out the spine, opening the back of the heart, maybe twisting with the hand on the leg. And come back to center. Take your knees wide, big toes are still touching. Malasana variation here. Round the back like you're finding cat pose. Just creating length in the spine. Maybe one day your heels reach the earth. One more breath. We'll meet in down dog for our last side of standing. Option to travel through Bakasana, crow pose if it's in your practice and you want to take a little flying. It's here for you. Otherwise, you can step back and rinse through a Vinyasa, skip the Vinyasa. Just tune into what your body needs today, making space for this to be your practice. Take a big breath when you reach down dog, a clearing breath to reset, and a full exhale. When you're ready, left leg rises, 3-legged dog. Open up the hip for a breath, bending, extending if you want. Square your hips off and step your left foot between the hands. Rise to your crescent lunge, all 10 toes face forward. Scissor the inner thighs together as your hips square forward. Take another inhale here. Exhale, pour your heart forward, fly the arms back into airplane arms. Squeeze the inner thighs, start to ground into your left foot. Anchor your gaze on one spot, warrior 3. Lift your right leg up. Your body resembles a giant T. You can bring hands to heart, to bricks, forward. Option 2, flex or point the foot. Here for 3. Lift the low ribs in for 2. One more breath. And rise up one-legged Tadasana. Hug your right knee in towards the chest. Find your twist. Left hand to the outside of the right knee. Right arm sweeps back. Spiral your outer right hip down as you do this. Turn your torso towards center for dancer. Draw your right hand out to the side. Grab onto the inseam of your right foot and bring your thighs together. So there's like one knee's width in between your thighs. Hips square forward. Reach the left arm up. Inhale. Exhale. Kick the hand into foot. And then find the fold. Keep squaring your hips forward, your shoulders forward. One more breath here. And bring it back. Right knee into chest. And release. Pause, Tadasana. Take a moment. Feel into the strength of your body, your legs, all the little wobbles and balance that keep you in balance. One more breath. Sink the hips low, grace fingertips on earth, Utkatasana, fierce pose. Fly it back, drinking bird, rise to your tippy toes, challenge your balance for 3, for 2, and 1. Fold all the way down. Half lift, rise to the tippy toes, sink the heels down. Malasana again. So finding this wide knees, opening in the hips, arms wide too, round the upper back. One more breath. Plant the hands, lift the hips, step back. Down dog is where we meet. Rinse through a vinyasa as you wish or skip it. Wherever you are, take a big spacious breath in and a full exhale. On your next inhale, ripple into plank. Lower knees, chest chin to the earth, slide onto the belly. Sphinx pose is where we meet. Draw your forearms to the earth so they're parallel, shoulders over elbows. And then even self-adjust your feet. So tuck your left toe, really draw your left knee towards the earth, untuck. Same thing, just create space in the low back. Then press your feet down, press your pelvis down, lift your heart, and then draw your heart through the window of the arms, opening the chest. Breathe here. Okay, we have options. You can stay, you can take a rest at any point. You can find a little neck release side to side, or moving into Ardha Bakasana, half frog. You'll turn your right forearm parallel to the front of your mat, and then start to bend your left leg. Keep your chest lifted, grab onto your left foot, and start to bring it towards the sit bones. Keep your heart lifted. You can keep it here. You can start to bring your hand, drawing your left elbow back into the bind, or just simply getting a stretch, pulling the heel towards the sit bones. When you're satiated there, we'll switch sides, coming to Sphinx for a moment of neutrality, and then right into the other side, left forearm parallel with the front of the mat, right leg bends. Grab onto the right foot, ankle, whatever you can grab, start to bring heel towards the sit bones. Stay there, maybe work into your bind with the elbow pointing back. One more breath. And when you're ready, release. Let one cheek come to the mat, the arms long on either side. Take a full breath into the back body, really breathe space in. And a full exhale. One more. All right, bring your forehead to the earth. So we're working towards our peak pose, 3 back bends here. Option to take locust or bow. We'll take one locust and move into bow, but no, you can choose any variation. When you're ready, interlace the hands behind the back, press the knuckles back, lift the heart, lift the legs this time, and bring the big toes to touch. Keep lifting, just strengthening the back, opening the chest, creating circulation. One more breath. And release, opposite cheek down. Now you can use that same one, or you can bend at the knees, grab onto the ankles or the feet. If you can grab the ankles, flex the feet. On your next inhale, lift the heart, lift the legs, breathe here. Lift for 3, for 2, and 1. Release. Take a full breath and a full exhale. Last back bend of choice. Here we go. Find your variation, and when you're ready, lift up. Keep the back of the neck long, open across the chest. Keep breathing here for 3, for 2, and 1. Release. Opposite cheek down. You can shimmy the hips side to side or windshield wiper the knees. When you're ready, take the hands underneath the shoulders, press through all fours into child's pose with the shins, the knees together for this variation. Just let the back drape and round forehead towards earth. You can take the arms long behind you and take a full spacious breath into the back body, full exhale. Option to stay here or take this into a variation, a rabbit, grabbing onto the heels and slowly lifting the hips towards the sky, finding traction and length in the back and the spine. And release. Wherever you are, drape the torso up. Shift your hips over to the side, send the legs long in front of you. Scooch to the center of the mat. And you might place some support under the sit bones if you find you're kind of leaning onto the backs of them. Draw your left sole of the foot in, and then turn towards your extended leg, flex the toes towards you, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold, hinging at the hips. Arms can come to rest on the earth. You can take a bind in front of your right leg, but see if you can keep the chest open, the spine long. And when you find your depth, just subtle tuck of the chin, letting the back of the neck be long. 2 more breaths here. 1 more breath. Slowly reach the arms forward, up, and then release the left hand down just behind the left hip. Rock onto the left shin for mild thing. Slight back bend, lift the heart, open across the chest, and settle the sit bones down. Other side, left leg extends, right sole of the foot to the inside of the left leg. Turn towards your extended leg, reach the arms up, get long in the spine, heart lifts, and fold. And just take a couple moments here, breathing every exhale a little deeper, every inhale a little longer. And just honoring if the side feels different, making space for the differences in the body. And again, just practicing that ahimsa, that kindness and love of embracing all parts, embracing the totality. Slowly reach the arms up. Right hand comes down, rock onto the right shin, lift the heart, arch the back, and release. Send both legs in front of you. Bend at the knees and glue your ribs to your thighs for this variation. So we're working on lengthening the low back here, just kind of countering our back bending. Start to inch your heels forward, keeping the connection of ribs to thighs. And just take it to your depth. So that might mean keeping a bend in the knees. Maybe you can take it deeper. Here for 3, 2, and 1. Slowly come on up. Use the support of your core to lower yourself onto your back. As you arrive, hug the knees into the chest. You can roll the knees in one direction, circles, giving the low back a little massage, and then take it the other direction. Hug the knees in, opened up into happy baby. Grab the outer edges of the feet, the ankles, the calves, whatever you can grab. Lengthen your tailbone down as you melt the back body into the earth. And take a lion's breath, which helps connect us to the heart. Deep cleansing breath, sticking out the tongue. And when you're ready, extend the left leg long and heavy to the earth. Hug the right knee into the chest, give it a little squeeze. Then scooch your hips an inch to the right, drop the knee to the left for a final supine twist. Take a big inhale, filling up the left side or right side of the body. And a full exhale. Slowly come back to center. Hug the left knee in as you extend the right leg long. Scoot your hips an inch to the left as you drop a knee to the right. Left arm comes out to a T. Take a big, spacious breath. Rinse water breath. Full exhale, empty it out. Slowly make your way back to center. Give yourself a tight squeeze. And let everything go into Shavasana, your final resting pose, your pose for integration, wholeness, and embracing totality. I'll leave you here, so be mindful to take yourself out when you're ready. Namaste.